It's time for SideScrollers from ScrewAttack with your hosts, Stuttering Craig.
But part of the celebration is also playing Ultimate Party Challenge for the Wii and listening to the greatest hits from the early 1990s.
Chad.
Hey, Chad!
And Professional Jared.
Chad, for you guys!
And now, broadcasting from the World ScrewAttack headquarters in Dallas, Texas, it's the SideScrollers.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. What's going on, everybody? Hi, I'm Stuttering Craig.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Professional Jared.
Welcome to the most entertaining 30 to 45 minutes of your video game week. You're looking at three delirious men straight off a weekend in Vegas.
We are loopy.
Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? All right. So yes, Chad, how are you? How have you recovered?
I'm good. I'm just a little tired.
Jared is pissed off at the world because he is exhausted right now.
I'm just very tired and grumpy, I guess.
Yes,
But
you are.
Otherwise, good. I had a good time in Vegas.
I've heard quite a few four-letter words from your mouth this morning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Professional Jared has not been very pro-etiquette today. It's been very pro Jared means profanity Jared this morning.
Heyo.
Didn't. All right.
And that's where we are.
So yes, we went out to Vegas this weekend, man. We had a great time. Instant Coins was such a phenomenal time. Went out there, partied like rock stars, along with tons of good folks. We saw a ton of great G1s. If you were out there, shook your hand, took pictures. Thank you guys for showing up. Man, great time. Line out the door.
Yeah.
150 people waiting in the streets to get into this place because they were at fire code. They wouldn't let people in. It was really, really great.
It was cool.
It was awesome.
You'll see video on that coming up on the site next week. We're actually going to do something very fun with that. Do you know what we're going to do with that?
No.
Are doing anything that you mentioned at the airport?
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun. Don't you think that'd be fun? Okay, so you may see this, you may not.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, so I think everyone's gonna get the footage, and everyone's gonna get a chance to make their own video because I think this is something fun because editing allows you to kind of make your own story, I guess. So if you give the footage to everybody has the opportunity to make their own video with their own music, however they want to do it, and we can put all of them up, and we can have like a little contest to see which one the G1s like the most.
My video is going to be a 3.5 video showcasing how amazing I am.
It's be Jared just going like
Mine's
this.
going to be showcasing every game that you lost at.
Well, funny about that because I didn't lose any.
Mine's just going to be a slideshow of the pictures we took of you this weekend.
No.
Yep, there we go.
All right.
That got him.
Anyways, all right. So that sounds so bad, but it's actually not that bad at all.
So many hookers. No, I'm just kidding.
They all wanted money. What the heck?
You make us sound we're so bad.
I know. We weren't. We really weren't.
I played Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for 2.5 hours on Friday night. All right.
That was hilarious.
Out in Vegas. All right. Big time. Anyways, so yes, also on the site this week we have got a rebooter retro on Russian Attack.
Yeah.
Which on Russian Attack Expatriate, which I love the original Russian Attack, and I personally did not love the new Expatriate, but that's not my call.
Jared's face just
It's Jared.
tightens.
Yes.
What did I think of it? Watch the video and find out.
Also, a tips and tricks on Mortal Kombat. Say, speaking of Mortal Kombat, hey, we also were at an event this past week, and we don't know how we did because we haven't been to it yet, but you'll know by the time this is been seen. Whatever. It's gonna be out of GameStop. We're gonna be there, and we're gonna kick the crap out of people and rip off some people's heads.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
All right.
What he means by that is there's a tournament.
Yes, there's a tournament. It'll be great. All right. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
He just says it anyway.
Oh my gosh, what a train wreck. All right, what do we
Read the
got?
stories, Jared.
Let's get into this.
This is amazing. All right, as always on Hard News, where I'm going to take some of the bigger stories from the previous week and talk about them right now. The first one I want to talk about was Capcom. Oh, those brilliant guys. We all heard about this wonderful tweet from last week from Capcom Europe. A tweet that pretty much said that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is done and dusted and will not be receiving any more downloadable content.
Yeah, whatever.
Needless to say, people flipped.
You being one of them.
I was one of them.
And
People
Adam
were
being
pissed.
one of them.
Yeah. We did a whole bit on it. And then hours later, there was a correction saying, sorry, we actually meant Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 is done, no more to that. I think this was hilarious. And I want to know who that guy was, and I want to know if he still has his job.
I'm sure he still has his job. I'm sure he's just a little embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
What's really funny about that is that, a lot of people were bitching about the DLC for MVC3. I don't want to pay $5 characters. So like, all right, no more DLC. Everybody's like, what? Rah! You just can't please people.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to look at it.
Me being one of them.
Yeah. Kind of made the same joke where if you make DLC and pay for it, people are pissed. But if you don't make DLC, people are pissed. So there's nothing.
Free
they
DLC
can't
is the
do
only
anything
way to go.
right.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
here's the
apparently.
thing. I was totally on board with the idea of DLC for MVC3. Totally on board with it. Until I found out they're $5 a piece.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
$5 a piece is pricey.
and going into it, I said, okay, well, they're going to support this game with DLC. And, they didn't even give it, if that was the case, they wouldn't have given the game a fair chance.
Yeah.
But, and this may be a totally different story, but have you heard the rumors that came out over the weekend about the next iteration of MVC?
About Super Marvel vs. Capcom?
Super Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Have you heard about
No,
that?
I haven't heard about this one yet.
I don't think there's any legitimacy to that.
I don't know. It's come from the same guy who predicted all the downloadable characters for Street Fighter 4 and all that stuff. It's coming from the same guy from the ScrewAttack's forums and all that. I don't know. Long story short, pretty much the same idea. More characters and all that stuff. Comes out next February. They're gonna announce it at E3. Oh really? You're gonna announce? You're gonna doubt they're gonna do it? Capcom,
I
Super
hope.
Street Fighter 4,
I
Super Street 4
hope
Arcade
they don't do
Edition.
that. I
Dead
hope
Rising
they
2 Frank West Edition.
don't. That is true.
That's the story on it.
Done.
Yeah, but you're probably secretly happy about that.
Kind of. Also angry. I don't know how to feel.
Pissed.
Anyway, so that's that. That was the first story. Nice and simple. Next one. This one.
Was simple.
It's a great outro. That was the first.
Yeah. The next story is
professional.
a little more in depth. Over the last week, there are tons and tons of rumors going on about Nintendo's next console, which people are currently calling Wii 2, but really whatever.
Lord only knows.
I have heard so many different rumors on what the next Nintendo console is going to be. I just want to throw out the possibilities to you guys, what you guys think, what you want, and if you think it's going to be good or not.
You can put it on and use it as a jetpack, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I've heard Project Butterfly saying that's going to have the Blu-ray support and that the system is going to basically be like a PC, where instead of getting a new console every couple of years, you get new components and add it onto your current console to improve it to play new games.
I just pictured the Genesis when you said that. with,
That's
like,
the first thing I thought of. The Genesis with the 32X
and
with
the
the
Sega CD and everything. Yeah.
See, but it's totally different now, and that if that was something that they could do, if that's something that they wanted to do now, the technology's there to support it. The internet was just this, was a chat room when the Genesis came out, you know what I mean? And now, with the way the internet is and the way technology is, you can do that stuff. If you want to have huge updates, if you want to charge $50 for a giant update that updates your entire console, you can do that, I mean, that's something that I believe they can do. Now, I would like to point out that we predicted this a few months ago. In our top 10 headlines of 2011. Once again, I just wanted to point it out. So if anyone's like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we thought of it already. Thank you, Nintendo.
Yeah, I can't believe how scarily accurate we've been with those.
Yeah,
we're just trying to
Because
mess
the first one was a
around.
big joke. Yeah, the first one was
know.
like, let's just predict, oh, this would be ridiculous. Let's throw that on there.
Well, the thing that freaked me out about it was pretty much the exact same terminology I used. Is Nintendo wants to recapture the hardcore audience. It's going to be more powerful than the PS3 and 360. Now, granted, I didn't get the, we're probably not going to get the 3D thing right, but hey, I'll take 9 out of 10. So whatever. I don't know. I think I saw this coming from a mile away.
You said that they might on the top 10 said 3D without the glasses.
Yeah.
Which is actually something that they showcased as a possibility with Mario Kart for the Wii at the Game Developers Conference 2011. So it is something that's on their mind.
I don't know.
They might do it.
I think it just totally makes sense for Nintendo.
Yeah.
They clearly have the casual audience wrapped up. And if they go after the hardcore audience and they make this super mega console, there's no reason to update the Wii. There's no reason, because for casual mommies and kiddos, why make a Mii look HD? There's no reason for that. It's a freaking balloon. It's like this.
It's called the Xbox 360 Avatar.
Yeah, exactly. and how much does that get you? You know what I mean? It's pointless. So I think going in and going after the hardcore audience is an extremely smart thing. But I guess the only thing that scares me is kind of the idea that they're throwing around these prototypes of the controller with the touchscreen and stuff on it.
Yeah, well, the controller's never what you first see.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what the other rumor was called Project Cafe, saying that it's going to have a brand new controller. It's supposed to have a built-in touchscreen on it. It's supposed to have a built-in camera. It's supposed to be something even further revolutionary from Wii's motion controls. Like you won't have a sensor bar like the Wii does. It's going to be built into the controller, just sensing the TV on its own or something like that.
Man, imagine how much that controller's going to cost.
Yeah, it's
You're already paying
super
$50.
powered, 1080p, yeah.
Dude, that's going to be like a $100 controller.
Yeah, and that's like someone's doing like a dissection of all the different components. And they're saying like a touchscreen like that on its own is going to be like $80.
Yeah.
Which is a lot for a controller.
Yeah, of course. But people pay $50 right now, and it doesn't have a touchscreen, so I imagine they would, you know, for something that you can touch and feel and converse with your avatar or whatever it is, whatever you want. But I don't know. This takes me back to 2006 with the Wii.
Yeah, think of the
sure.
the touchscreen on the controller. That was the first thing that they were predicting with the Revolution, or the Wii. I guess, yeah, but they're like, oh, it's gonna have a touchscreen controller. You can actually move the buttons around on this pad or whatever.
I think
never made sense to me.
If you take away the physical buttons on a controller, that's gonna screw everybody up.
I hate it.
Yeah, for sure. But that's just us talking. So
I hope if they do go for the hardcore audience, they go back to their like '90s ad campaign.
Whoa!
Like, whoa! Yeah. Damn the man. Play Nintendo.
You could star in that ad. Yeah, I can totally see you star. Just put some some pastels on you, and you'd be good.
There you go.
That's right.
I'm down Nintendo if you need somebody.
Okay. Next story. Do you guys shop at Best Buy a lot?
I go into Best Buy, not a lot.
Do you ever go there to buy games?
No, I only go there if my friend will buy with a discount.
Well, Best Buy is currently planning to get dedicated employees for simply their video game sections, which is something they've never done before. They've always had media employees, which encompasses video, games, and music. But now they're actually shrinking down their music section and having just dedicated game employees.
That's smart, because the music industry's dead.
Yeah, well, dying.
What?
Well,
no, it's not.
physical media maybe, but
The
digital's
physical.
still going.
That's what I mean by that.
Regardless of that, they're basically going to go head-to-head with GameStop now because they're going to have dedicated employees, knowledgeable employees, supposedly, in their sections.
You can take trade-ins?
They also have the trade-in program.
Ooh.
They're also be doing reservations and pre-orders and things like that. I think this is hilarious because I don't think they stand a chance.
I agree. I think that regardless of how big of a company they may be, unless they, there's going to be really no chance because gamers are so ingrained with the thought of going to GameStop or their local game store. Best Buy, unless they have just ridiculous prices and they totally cut the knees out from under GameStop.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Right,
no
but
way.
if a company could do it, I think it would be Best Buy or Walmart.
Walmart could. I don't think GameStop could.
Walmart's
Or
been
Best
testing
Buy.
it. Walmart has been testing it with their own trade-in program and all that. Personally, I think when this happens, which I'm sure it's going to, the Best Buy employees are going to be far worse than GameStop employees when it comes to selling all the extra stuff. Because
you're right.
Having worked at Best Buy that very brief period of time, they are so much more hardcore and enforcing selling the extra subscriptions, bonuses, or whatever services that they have. Far more worse than GameStop. I think it's going to turn people away even more.
My first thought when you said that was like, oh great, now I'm going to get harassed more in the store.
Exactly.
You walk in and like a million people, start asking if they can help you. And, which is nice, but
like working at Best Buy, I was yelled at for not selling enough accessories one day. When all people did was come in and buy like Dr. Muto. What am I supposed to sell with that? You need 3 controllers. It's a single-player game. 3 controllers.
But the backup.
Yeah.
Well, the service plans are a big thing. I know that because that's how. I mean, it's essentially you sell it for $50, and you hope, as a company, you hope that they just don't bring it back because so many people don't. It's just free money they're handing over. So, Well, that's that. I don't know. I think it's a failed attempt.
Yeah.
For sure.
Best Buy's going after GameStop, and
I think it's gonna be really bad for mom and pop stores though.
Because everything's bad for mom. There's no such thing as a mom and pop store anymore, and if there's so few and far between. We know it from experience. It is incredibly hard to compete against the Walmarts, the GameStops, the Targets, the Best Buys, the whole. It's hard to do that. You can't.
Yeah. Well, the best thing that I could hope to come from this is that just they get into some competition and it helps, lower the prices at GameStop and these places. So you're not paying $55 for a used game.
Yeah.
Ideally, that's what would happen. right, well, that's hard news.
Okay, good. All right, very good. There you go. That's our news for this week. We were going to talk about Vegas in the middle segment, but we're not because we have a video on the way. And I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so yeah. Topic wheel. Spin it!
I hate that sound, but I like the wheel, so it's like, I don't know, it's right on the line.
Is that box art?
Respin, or did you just change it?
First cheats ever, and why?
You just cheated.
It was technically right in between.
Daniel Ali. Way to go. Jared.
All right. Daniel's asking, what were some of the first cheat codes we remember using? And why did we use them?
The first one I really remember probably is the Contra code.
Yeah, that was one of my first ones too.
For sure, and I think that's, cheats were such a big thing in video games just back in the really Super Nintendo era was when they really started getting into it. Konami was big on the NES era with the Konami code and such, but I think they really geared up during the Super Nintendo era, and you just started expecting them.
Yeah.
Whereas now, they've kind of been curtailed back a little bit. Cheats are still there, but they don't play as prevalent as a role as they did.
Oh,
You have to buy and download them now.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
For me, man, I remember I still, down our FLYB at the Capcom screen, so you can pick the same character in Street Fighter.
Yeah, actually, my buddy, not a buddy, I guess a kid in the neighborhood, when Street Fighter 2 first came out, I remember it was a really big deal. I had Street Fighter 2. I think I talked about this in a video or some other time, but this guy, he was a friend of a friend whose dad knew somebody who worked on the game or something. And he was like, I could talk to my dad or something about seeing if there's any codes or whatever. And we actually found out about that before it was in the magazines and such. And that was like
The coolest thing ever.
yeah, it was the most amazing thing in the world. And we felt like we knew that because the internet wasn't what it was. The internet, I don't even know if the internet existed. No, it didn't.
Right.
Or at least not to this extent, where there's sites of cheats and such.
Right.
We knew we were part of like a really exclusive club for like the next 25 days until the magazine
Until that
came
Nintendo
out.
Power came out?
Yeah, until Nintendo Power or EGM came out, we knew that we were part of this club and we can go to somebody's house and show off this code and people will be like, whoa, it's so amazing.
My first one was probably the Contra code, like you said. Why did I use it? Well, I was like 4, and Contra was really hard when you're 4.
Yeah. it's-
And I actually remember I learned about it from a friend of my mom's. Like she would babysit us, and she just happened to know the code.
It's an awesome
So
mom.
yeah, so we're playing Contra. We're getting really angry. She's like, "Oh, it's just oh!" Yeah, we still couldn't beat it because we sucked.
Will you be my mom?
Were there any cheat codes that you guys actually discovered on your own?
The closest thing would be the Street Fighter 2, but I didn't.
Just messing around
Yeah.
and discover one?
Oh, you know what? Yes, Battle Kid. Most recently,
yeah.
in Battle Kid, I found out how to be invincible, and it turned out to be a great glitch, and I beat the game because I got to the last level, and the glitch screwed me over because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, I got stuck at a point because I was invincible. But yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
I don't remember what game it was, but I just have this distinct memory as a kid that I was just putting in a bunch of stuff in like the code screen, and then something went off. I was some rented game from Blockbuster. I don't know.
Sure.
I was just ridiculously excited.
I had one that was particularly useless. I can't remember which Mega Man it was for Super Nintendo. I want to say Mega Man 7?
We're just putting in password? No.
Or maybe one of the X's. I don't remember. Anyway, at the password entry screen, we're putting like all the different numbers.
Right.
If you put in all 1s, it'll work, and you'll skip like the intro level. That's all it does.
Yes. Well, that would actually be useful for me because I actually never was a fan of the intro scenes of Mega Man X.
Which I don't know why.
I don't know. I've always been. I just want to get in and shoot some stuff. Like.
You shoot
it
stuff
gets-
on the first
Yeah,
stage.
yeah,
But you don't gain
It gets
anything
you
for
into
it.
it, though.
But you don't gain anything for it. You just move on to the real game, and that for me is like lame. Why do I need to warm up? I already know how to play Mega Man. You run and you shoot stuff. I don't need a story to tell me how to run and shoot stuff. Just get into the game, give me the Chill Penguin, give me the Boomer Kuwanger, and let's shoot some stuff. That's all I'm saying. I want to gain some weapons. You don't gain anything.
I didn't mind it, but the first time at least. But I mean, yeah, I can kind of see going back now, It's always like, oh, here's that first level I gotta go through real fast.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you start the game, you go, oh, I gotta do it again.
I think when I first started really getting into cheat codes was GoldenEye and the N64. Granted, they're all built-in cheat
I was
codes.
gonna say you had to unlock them all.
But those are some of the funnest cheats
Yeah, they
ever.
were.
Just paintball
mode, DK mode. Yeah.
Yes, all of those. Or even just getting like the invincibility stuff and messing around in single player. I thought was a lot of fun.
What about the black eye on the video game? Maybe not the black eye. The
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like the unspoken cheat when it comes to video games. I'm talking about like the Game Genie. Like in terms of the video game
Now-
publishers, they
Yeah.
didn't want anything to do with the Game Genie. It was unlicensed by Nintendo and such. But the Game Genie itself, well, it's not necessarily cheating because all it's doing is distorting the code in the game.
Yes.
That's why it works in every game. But the Game Genie, I mean, I remember that was the first time I jumped over the flagpole, and Mario was the Game Genie, and the ability to jump super high on Super Mario World or Mario Brothers and such. That was so much fun.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever when
Yeah.
I was a kid. And
Everybody
I was
thought
like,
the game
oh
was-
my god! Like, and you had the book and you looked them up and then put it in and then you just do all this crazy shit. So
Yeah, the Game Genie was amazing. Did you have one?
I've never owned a Game Genie.
this is kinda
Now you're looking
sad.
at me like I'm weird.
You are
You are
weird.
weird.
I've never owned. I was never that big. I don't know. I never did.
It's just
I
fun
never-
because like some of the codes were just ridiculous.
Well-
Like you could like fly in games that you weren't supposed to, but like
Never had one.
We need to go back, and
down.
we need to play games with the Game Genie because you've never been exposed. We need to do that. We need to make some videos about how great the Game Genie is and how much fun it makes games.
Yeah.
Like games are great, but being able to like
Just
do
screw with
whatever
stuff,
you
yeah.
want is so much better.
The one experience I do finally, or not really finally, do distinctly remember of the Game Genie was the same family who showed me the Contra code had a Game Genie, and I remember the dad playing and beating Mario Brothers 3, and he had some cheat on where he was always in raccoon mode. Like even when you got
really?
hit,
Yeah.
he was just like flashing, you're still a raccoon. So for Bowser, he just stood there as
And just
Bowser
tail.
kept going down until he won.
Well, for me, it wasn't so much. I didn't really use them for the advantage of beating the games. I always felt that was cheating, but I always used them to just have fun in the games.
Same.
Exactly, it's
I
totally
guess that's
different.
because I guess I'm not. Yeah, I guess I don't not big on cheating to win.
but not even like you never had a Game Shark or anything either.
Nope.
Like even in
Or action replay for Pokemon, never
Yeah.
did that, and I'm legit.
you'll notice that even in like when we're doing top tens and such,
Your Pokemon pose, like so,
even in like the most recent top 10, the top 10 Mortal Kombat characters,
Yeah.
you'll notice that like we actually used like a Game Genie on some of those things just because it's easier. Like the
Oh, you got Reptile?
the ability. No,
no, he did that.
No,
You just have to sweep.
no, actually, I did. I did use it to get to Reptile because you can sweep like twice and beat the guy because it makes your damage with the sweep
up.
way up, you know. Or you can start at Goro. That's how we got the Goro footage so easily, as opposed to playing through the game 7 or 8 times and having to die there. Or you'll notice that on Mortal Kombat 2, right before it goes to the recap, Liu Kang throws a fireball at Motaro and it hits him once and it kills him, right?
I didn't notice that, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly. That was from a Game Genie.
Okay.
So, you know, that's like, I had like double flawlesses all the way through because I would just throw a fireball really quick. And
so good.
there was no way to, look, it's an easy way to capture. It's super fun. It's an easy way to get through the stuff.
right.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Game Genie video.
Yeah,
Okay.
Game Genie videos. I always thought that, you know, I think they'd be really fun to do. So there you go. Man, we talked a lot about that.
Middle segment.
All right, very good. There you go. That is the middle segment. Do we want to, Brian, how long have we been going? We've been going for a while now.
I'm not keeping track.
Okay, well, we've been going for a while. So
Half hour.
let's fly through the news desk real quick, and then we'll hit foreign questions. All right?
Okay.
All right.
No jokes.
No jokes at all. Here we go.
Try.
Let's go to Pennsylvania.
Before we start, Chad, can you hit the music?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry. I can't believe I forgot. Let's go to Pennsylvania.
SideScrollers, flawless presentation.
Things are screwed up
Vegas.
today. All right. In Pennsylvania, there is a city named Altoona. Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And what does Altoona, Pennsylvania, and the guy behind, what's that stupid show, the movie Super Size Me? Morgan Spurlock? Remember that guy? What do those two things have in common?
Food. There's tuna in the name.
I got nothing.
You always make us guess.
Well, that's the point. Morgan Spurlock, this guy behind the movie, right? He's starting a new documentary, and he has actually bought the rights to Altoona, Pennsylvania, and is changing the name of the city for 60 days.
Okay.
To accomplish what?
Oh, please be something good.
to accomplish whatever Morgan Spurlock wants to do. But he is making a new film. It's I don't want to give these guys any more pub than they already have, because I'm sure people will be talking about this. But it's one of those wonder juices, that's made with the acai berry that people are so excited about right now, So one of those companies is sponsoring his new film, and so he's taking their money and changing the name of the town for 60 days from Altoona to, I'm just going to say insert sponsor name here. Insert sponsor name here presents the greatest movie ever sold. That is going to be the name
of the town.
Of the city. So it'll be insert sponsor name here presents the greatest movie ever sold, Pennsylvania.
For 60 days, do you have to change all the billboards to that?
See, that was kind of the question I wanted to know too. Is that like...
It's pretty wordy for a town. Exactly roll off the tongue there.
That's the weirdest thing.
31,000 residents have to change their mailing address for 60 days.
That sucks.
And they have no choice.
Yeah, exactly. Now he bought the names to bought the rights to the name. I didn't know you can buy the rights to a city's name, I guess.
Yeah.
We should have
let's
bought
buy
it named
Dallas.
ScrewAttack.
Dallas will be named Vagina, Texas in 6
We have
months.
to well,
I think that'd be amazing. What'd you think?
Vagina, Texas.
Look, all we need to do is get a sponsor.
This is going the way of last episode.
Well, I'm just saying. I think that if we get some money behind us, we can really buy the rights to Dallas. And wouldn't you like to? Wouldn't it be great
To live in Vagina?
No. You go watch the Vagina Cowboys play, and the Vagina Mavericks.
Vagina Rangers.
That's right.
And now, your Vagina Mavericks.
Do you remember the Dallas Burn?
Yeah.
Vagina Burn.
Look, come on, guys. With our climate, it's going to get pretty dry in the summer.
Terrible.
Yes. Anyways, all right, let's move on.
Terrible.
Done.
All right, now let's go to Phoenix, Arizona, where a man. Oh gosh. All right, there have been ridiculous lawsuits around the world. Spew them off. What are the most ridiculous ones that come to mind?
McDonald's hot coffee.
Yeah. Any other ones that come to mind?
Probably some stupider ones.
Probably lady slipping in grocery store.
Guy bit a dog, sues the dog's owner.
Oh, really? Well, let's go to Phoenix, Arizona, where a 33-year-old man who bit a dog.
What, really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
A Phoenix police dog came and got him down. He was obviously running away, and he bit the dog back. This guy, he is suing the city of Phoenix and Glendale and the 4 officers for a combined $450,000 because he says the dog violated his civil rights and used excessive force to capture him after he ran from officers in Glendale.
I was making mine up.
I know, that was hilarious.
No, sir. No, sir. This man, he bit the dog.
He might get
Well, he bit the dog back. He was violating that dog's civil rights.
Yeah,
That's right.
We'll see. It was probably he can play self-defense.
The dude alleges Glendale police refused to give him insulin treat for his diabetes. Sullivan's attorney said his client suffered a diabetic seizure in a Glendale cell.
He might win.
First off, why was he running away from the cops anyway? So I don't think he's really
for
in a
burglary.
position.
For burglary. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. Can you just imagine this guy running away and this dog biting him? And he just, I don't know. What if he just took a bite out of the dog's ear like Mike Tyson and just just right back? I don't know.
That's terrible. He might win though. You never know.
It's like he's talking about violating civil rights.
Yeah, and he's breaking and entering.
Okay, don't you dogs are not humans.
Correct.
They're not humans, right?
Sometimes they think
and
they're
humans have civil rights. Dogs do not, right? So dogs have the right to live or whatever. I guess whatever. But
don't they call them canine officers though?
Sure, they are actually, yes, they are on the same plane as officers. If you kill a canine dog, you kill an officer. So, but they're technically not humans.
But can they be responsible for using excessive force?
Exactly, that's the question here. And as stupid as this sounds, this guy does have a compelling argument, which is ridiculous.
We'll see what happens,
But this is why I wouldn't be on the jury, because I'd be like, you're a dumbass, and
I'd just be pissed that he bit the dog back,
Yeah, I mean that is striking an officer. So whatever.
Yeah, they should countersue for striking an officer.
That's right.
Let's see what
Assault
happens.
an officer.
Hope you're
All right.
watching Phoenix, Arizona. Countersue.
That's right. All right, now let's go to America, where
Left America.
No, we left and we came back.
Okay.
All right, we're in
Phoenix is in
Fantasyland.
America.
Yeah, all right. So we're in America now, and Have you guys seen the forever stamps that the United States Post Office has put out? They are a flat rate, and they are that rate forever. You can buy as many as you want. It doesn't have a price on it. You buy them for whatever it is to postmark a stamp now, 44 cents or whatever.
I've not heard.
Okay, so long and short of it is that it has a picture of the Statue of Liberty on it, and you buy a book of stamps, and with postage going up,
these will always cost.
These will always cost.
Right.
These will always be whatever you paid for them, and you can
Enough
buy.
to mail a letter.
You could buy 100 of them right now, and
I
in
gotcha.
6 months when it goes up, it's not going to change, right?
Okay.
So there's a picture of the Statue of Liberty on it, right? Which makes a lot of sense. But the problem is, it's not the real Statue of Liberty.
It's a fake Statue of Liberty.
Really?
No, it's actually.
Counterfeit
We
Statue
were
of
in
Liberty?
Vegas this past week, and where did we see a Statue of Liberty?
No way.
Oh,
Yes,
goodness.
it is actually the picture of
New York, New York.
of New York's
Oh my god.
Statue of Liberty. And nobody had noticed this. These stamps have actually been out for a while until some super fan of the statue actually noticed some subtle differences, including the hair and more sharply defined eyes and things like that. So it technically it's the Vegas.
What kind of nerd do you have to be to know discrepancies
Wait a
between
minute.
statues of liberty?
I don't know, but
Like a big magnifying glass.
Now see here.
well, it's funny because everyone in Vegas was like, "This is the greatest thing ever." Like the spokesman for the MGM Resorts, who owns New York, says everyone who thought the post office was honoring just one great American institution, when in reality they were honoring two: the Statue of Liberty and Las Vegas. And the post office had no idea about this, but they clearly they actually came out and said, "Yeah, we screwed up on this." And
The entire time, that photographer who took that Liberty picture.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
just
wouldn't. Now I'm
giggling.
getting to wonder if they just Google searched. You know, like.
Well, so everyone in Vegas is like, "Hooray!" But in New York, the former mayor of New York, Edward Koch, says it simply means the post office is doing something stupid.
Sure it is.
So, anyways,
I
guess
I'm-
New Yorkers are pissed because it's not the real Statue of Liberty. So.
Probably Google searched it.
I don't know, pretty amazing. And that is America in a microcosm. It's so lazy.
Microcosm?
Microcosm of America, right there. Yeah, whatever. I'm talking. All right,
Someone went to dictionary.com today.
reference.com. I prefer.
Sorry.
It's the same company. Whatever. All right, there you go. That is the news desk for this week.
This is a
We're so almost done. This is great. All right, 4 more questions. What do we got?
All right, heads up, there are a lot of birthdays.
All right.
But first,
Hold on. Before we get to birthdays, once again, next week, Jared, it's your responsibility to come up with something for the G1s. We need to find a filter because we can't be talking about birthdays for 15 minutes. So it's your responsibility for next week to come up with something the G1s need to do.
it will satisfy.
What's it worth to you?
Terrible.
Put your suggestions in the comments below.
Yep.
A way to earn your birthday on the show.
What?
It's not so much
third
earning.
person Ben wants to
It's
know.
not so much earning. It's just
Questions.
Yeah,
What is the most disappointing final boss you've ever fought in a video game?
I think that's very, very easy. Earthworm Jim and the fishbowl. I think I talked about it last week. Yes, where he walks up and knocks it over.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Mine was actually a game we played in Vegas at Insert Coins. Smurfs for Intellivision. I went through. And we're on.
It was ColecoVision, first off.
Oh, it was ColecoVision. You're right. Yeah, I go through the whole game, and then there's this skull, and then you jump once, and then jump again,
When
and then you get to Smurfette, and that's it.
the large grass was harder than that skull.
That's true.
Got my ass killed by that grass so many times.
Games have changed a lot over the last 30 years
Yeah.
or so. It's pretty amazing. So, what else?
Jared?
No, I was gonna say.
No, whatever.
All right.
What do you got, Jared?
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
All right, fine. Next up, we have a video question from Nitro Clop.
Have you ever broken a video game console? And if so, what was your initial reaction to finding out that it was broken?
Yes, I have. I've broken several video game consoles. As a matter of fact, the first console I broke was blowing up an Xbox after the Mavericks lost.
So you sound proud now I know why.
Yeah, we blew up an Xbox. I'm trying to think if it was working or not, but the point is we broke it. You didn't ask if it was
You didn't
working
break
or
it,
not.
you blew it up.
Yeah.
Different.
That's pretty broken. I'm just saying. So we've done that on several occasions. Now, people ask us all. I've got the question. You're blowing this stuff up. You break this stuff, and for me, I don't want to ruin anything that can be fixed. So a lot of the stuff we blow up or break is non-salvageable. So yes. What about you guys?
For me, my Genesis broke. That sucked. And The worst part is, I know how to fix it now. The video gave out on it, and so what I'd have to do is like, oh, we want to play Genesis? I'd have to pull the RF adapter and just wrap the cord so it would bend it up so that the contact inside would touch. And then eventually it just got so bent it wouldn't work anymore. But
isn't it amazing how resourceful you were as a kid? You know,
Yeah.
like, you would do whatever you took. Just it would take wrapping, and you would just always find a solution. You would take it and work it for forever, or, you know, whatever it is. But you always found a solution.
yeah, so
I've never broken a console. Like, I've never been doing something with it and broke it myself. But I had my Dreamcast die on me right before I moved here.
that's because it's a Dreamcast. They do that.
Yeah,
That's sad.
I've got another one now, but
Good for
otherwise,
you.
no, never broke one.
All right, what else?
Next up, we have another video question. This one from Michael422.
The best gift I ever received was Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo. And my question to you is, what's the best gift you ever received?
I'm gonna assume you meant related to video games.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
The best gift I ever received was that long question, and you telling us that it was your birthday on 4/22. Michael 4/22. Congratulations.
It's gonna be cut out.
What?
Best gift I ever got was actually my girlfriend at the time and my best friends all got together and bought me a replica Hylian shield, which you guys have seen, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that,
doing a video.
actually, yeah, Brentafloss used it in his Zelda 2 lyrics video. I let him borrow my my Master Sword, my shield, and my Link boots. But they got me that Hylian shield, which I want to hang up on a wall someday. Just
It's pretty amazing.
It is really awesome. Actually, April bought me an Xbox 360. It was early on in our
What a woman.
dating. Yeah, she
And
bought
right
me a
there you
360.
knew.
That's
That's the
yeah.
one.
And now
Okay.
I'm getting married to her, so
If you want a way to Chad's heart, buy him a console.
apparently, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. For me, actually, it was something that I actually didn't get. It was something
that was
that.
the best.
Well, yes, my brother got it, and I loved this. I love this. It was actually a controller that a lot of people don't remember from the NES days, but it made gaming back then way easier. It was called the NES Max.
Yes,
Max.
with a little circle pad.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was. I remember playing that with Double Dragon, just being able to hold down the punch button and just.
The turbo.
It was way easier to play, and it was the Max was between the regular controller and the Advantage, which everyone remembers, you know, which looked
Yeah.
like an arcade stick. So, yeah, I love the Max. So, yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
What else?
Next up, we have a question from Mr. Mallard. We've already seen an update on the top 10 PS3 exclusives. My question is, are there any other top 10s or other videos of the like that you want to update / redo?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few that, you know, things change over the course of 5 years. You know, we updated the top 10 PS3. I know, isn't it crazy? You know, a lot of things change over the course of that time. You know, and you'll notice that sometimes our top 10s, you know, you'll see an early top 10 from 2006, 2007, and that list will be slightly different, you know, than something we put together today, and that maybe we'll say Sub-Zero was better than Scorpion in 2006 or 2007. Well, things change over the course of 5 years, and sometimes we may think that Scorpion may be better than Sub-Zero now. So, but
More games will get released.
exactly,
you know, so-
exactly. So, you know, there's definitely some. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know there's lots of video game vaults that were done back
Yeah.
in the very early days when the video game vaults weren't what the video game vaults are today. You know, I can think of like Star Fox was one that totally needs to be redone. There's a lot.
There's some old quote of the weeks, too, and relating to other videos. That we
Yeah,
could-
yeah. The old
redo.
quote. Let's never talk about the quote of the week again, ever. I'm glad the quote was changed to the clip. So.
You know what top 10 I want to do?
No.
Top 10 top 10s that had GoldenEye in it. Pretty soon we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, no
One day.
We'll get there.
What else?
All right, that's it for forum questions, but we have a G1 marriage, which is between Chaos Corp and Saris06.
Sweet. Way to go, guys.
Congratulations, guys.
All right.
And now here comes an insane amount of birthdays.
Fire away. Make them quick.
Michael422, Johan Yusuf, Clark Pillam, Lee Anderson, look, Fletcher, it just says. I probably put a... I messed that up.
Go,
my
Fletcher,
bad.
go.
Michael Cater, Clark Pulliam, Kennemer Fletcher, or Fletcher Kennemer is probably what just happened there. Liam Harper, Aaron Peruski, Zachary Clark, Tony Kogan, Mitchell Pineo, Dylan Toomey, Dylan Diciano, I'm sorry, Michael Littman, Brands Wim, Esther Lopez, Jeremy Kyle, Ivan Robledo, Josh Lister, Mark Johnston, Chaotic Meltdown, and me.
So it's your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, what are we doing?
Maybe 25. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have fun.
High five.
But boom.
Quarter of a century.
Now, what have you done to earn your name on the birthday list?
Yeah.
Existed.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess.
Suck it.
All right. Well, that's good.
On that note,
There you go. There's Chad's birthday. And everyone else's.
happy birthday to everyone else.
All right, there you go. The most wheels-off side-scrollers ever.
I even fucked up birthdays. Like,
Man, it was bad this week. Please don't use this as a reflection of what we usually do.
if you're just tuning in, watch our other episodes.
Yeah, that's bad.
We were just at Vegas and it threw us all off course. We'll be
Yeah.
better next week, promise.
All right, hey, one last piece of news that is very important that we didn't mention earlier in the show, which probably should have been mentioned, but it's not. Jared's now the host of Hard News.
Oh, yeah.
So,
forgot.
so go ahead and spread the word. I know that like a fraction of the audience is still watching them, but it's
Yeah.
your job to let people know that Jared is now the official host of Hard News.
If you like me as the host of Hard News, tell your friends. If you don't like me as the host of Hard News, tell your enemies.
Whoa. So until next week. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
I'm Chad.
I'm professional Jared. Barely.
I apologize. It's SideScrollers on Screw Attack.